I don't think it's an issue of making a mistake.
That's right. That's it. That's right. It's your work, so you know you can't make no mistakes.
So just go straight into the work.
Elizabeth, talk about your art and stop talking.
Okay, these are my paintings.
Yeah, stuff down.
The title of this one is Sunset. I like to use warm colors. Mostly I use the palette knife, but for this piece I use the paintbrush. And the designs on it are the Yuli signs. They are famous in the Igbo side of Nigeria. That's the eastern side of Nigeria. And this is more of a scene you see in the northern part of Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, by the way. This is more of a scene you see in the north. And once again, I divided from my palette knife and I use brush strokes here. This is like a sunset. And people are homebound, so the title is Homebound. If you notice, there's a pattern here. I have warm colors going right through. This is another piece, but this was mostly palette knife. You see the strokes on the top? I use a palette knife mostly. And this one with the heavy strokes, I call it a talking drum. Because back in Africa, sometimes you use the drum to send messages to the next village and the village over. This is, I decided to try something different. To move away from my background kind of work. I said, let me try something a little more contemporary, is that the word? So I said, okay, let me do flower vase. But that's been done over and over and over done. So I decided to put my flowers in a pumpkin. So it's in a pumpkin, and if you notice, it has a lot of texture. I use a palette knife right through. Hope you enjoy them. How did that go?
No, he's going to play it for you.
Don't I get a do-over, not critique? No. Or was I going too fast?
No.
No.
You're not going too fast.
Yeah. Interesting though, yeah.
So, it's interesting when she said about what part of Nigeria?
That's the north.
The northern part of Nigeria. All houses, all the huts in Africa are not the same. Some different tribes some have round huts, and some have geometric shape, whether it's square or rectangle.
And that's because the climate is different.
Right.
In some places it's very warm, and in other places it rains non-stop.
Right.
So what you live in depends on the climate you live in sometimes, mostly.
Mostly it does. Right.
And sometimes they build them for storage, and then other times it's to live in.
Yes.
It's for sometimes it's for storage, like you put your yams, like
inside.
You harvest all these yams, you can't eat them, so you stack them nicely where they can breathe. You stack them in your little hut thing, but other times it's for living it. Sometimes it's all in the compound, so you have the man of the house in one, and the 4 different wives who have their...
You can stand over here, you can stand over
I'm
here.
done, I'm done, I'm just
No, you're not, you're talking. And it's interesting how she's explaining it, and it helps you to understand her work, doesn't it?